Candy cane backs are very on brand for this time of year, though. I like that. All right. Well, then let's get moving. I will put you all on mute, but if you need anything, you can come off and take it at your own pace. This is time for you. All right. I don't think we'll use the blocks, but you can add props as you desire and feel inspired today. We're going to start out on hands and knees. And walk your hands a handprint forward so that your shoulders are, or your hands are in front of your shoulders. And plug your hands into the ground. And then with your arms extended out like that, I want you to just tuck your tailbone and take a cat stretch, but your arms are reaching just a little further forward. So it just changes things slightly. And then extend your spine. Tailbone goes to the sky, extending. Keep your arms in front of your shoulders so you're on this slight angle. And then again, yeah, you're gonna curl your tail and let it ripple up. Yeah, beautiful. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. Good, and then extending, nice. Rounding your spine again in your cat. And this time, stay in the cat and see if you could sit a little further back towards your heels, still rounded. Keep pawing the ground so your hands are suction. You're just gonna feel that big band of stretch. Now, still in your cat, shift your weight until your shoulders go right over your wrist. And from there, press your hips forward and extend your spine. So we're in somewhat of a cobra up dog hybrid scenario here. And then flexing your spine again, sit back towards your heels rounded. Stay rounded as you shift your weight to your hands. And once you're forward, extend your spine. So we're adding our flexion extension as we shift our weight from hands to knees. Good. Flexing, nice, beautiful. Rounding back. That's it. And shifting forward and pressing your hips through and extending your spine. Good. And let's just flow through that 3 more times. You can worry less about getting the shape perfect and think more about the enjoyment of just flowing and moving through these shapes. And then when you release, just sit back in a child's pose, tuck your arms at your sides in a little embryo, allowing your forehead to come to the mat and just shift a little from side to side. Let your jaw relax. And then rolling up. I think we did a little bit of this last time, some functional mobility for our hips. So standing up on your knees, and then just step your left foot forward in a lunge. And you're gonna lean into it, just feeling the knee flexion, keep the heel down, feel the hip, come back up and switch. So your leg goes back, we're gonna take the other leg forward. We just take a little shift of our weight and back again, and just keep alternating sides. You might notice that you've got one side that feels super functional, no problem, and the other one feels like a wobbly, confused stepchild or something. I don't know. Mine is wobbly and confused on my right, and my left side is like easy peasy. Very interesting. Nice. That's it. Whoa, I'm gonna fall over. Very nice. Make it almost like a meditative quality. We're just shifting If you have a side that wants a little extra attention, you can give it a few extra repetitions. Maybe you feel a restriction in one of your hip flexors. Good. And let's just take 2 more. Nice. When you finish, come back to being on your knees. If you're prone to foot cramps, you could tuck your toes, but I'm going to keep the tops of my feet down. And then just one more thing. You're keeping your spine very vertical and you're going to lower down. Maybe you could sit on your heels. Maybe you'll just hover if the backs of the knees feel tight. It's okay. And then we'll just come back up. That's the move. You'll feel a nice heat building in the thigh muscles if we're lucky. A little hover is actually even more exciting than plopping on down. So you might challenge yourself to get inches away from your heels. Yeah. Nice. Let's take 3 more. Lengthening your spine taller as you lower your hips down. And last one. Good. You can choose how to transition. We're going to sit down with our legs out in front of us. If you like to practice going hands-free, because it's functional, if you could just swing around. Nice. Yeah. It's the little things. We never want to take those for granted. And then you can walk on your sit bones to the top of your mat. We'll get until you can plant your feet with your knees bent, sitting bone distance apart. Reach those arms straight out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall, perched atop those sitting bones. Now keep your spine really lifted and tuck your tail out from underneath. So I want you to keep lengthening your spine up as you round that pelvis back. Nice. Good. We're just going to get to the top of the hip bones. And then we're going to come all the way back up. And let's sit tall and reach the arms to reflect that lengthening of the spine. Reach your arms forward as you scoop your tailbone under you, just rolling to kind of the top of your pelvis here, and then rolling forward and floating your arms and your spine super tall. And again, let's exhale, rounding it back. And inhale up. And exhale back. And inhale up. And last one, exhale back. Holding it here this time, slowly descend your spine all the way to the mat, vertebra by vertebra. At the very bottom, reach your arms straight up to the ceiling. Plug your shoulders back towards the floor and then open your arms nice and wide. Big T position with your arms, airplanes. Anchor your rib cage to the mat and lift those legs up to tabletop. Zipper your legs together, feel the inner thighs on, and we'll inhale, rotating your knees to your right. Keep that left shoulder blade heavy on the mat. Exhaling, come back to center. Inhaling your knees to your left. And exhaling back to center. Keep going from side to side. Make the focus on what is not moving, what is staying stable and anchored, centered. And notice the effort involved to keep it that way as you are actively rotating really the lower part of your spine, and your pelvis and your legs are coming along for the ride as your lower spine gets to twist. Taking one more in each direction. Coming back to center. Reach your arms just for the tops of your knees. Let's just take our hands to the tops of the knees, still in tabletop. And as you exhale, slide your palms above the knees. You're going to lift your head and chest and just feel your hands reaching beyond your knees. Good, and then slide them back down. So your hands will just come to rest on the legs, your head, chest lower. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift head and chest, feel your hands sliding on the fronts of the knees, off of the knees. Good, and lowering back down. And one more, lift. Feel that extra reach through the arms. Good, and lower down. Now, just rest your legs for a moment. You can just plant them. We're going to lift them up again soon. But I want you to make goalposts with your hands. So you're going to link your thumbs and then your palms will be out, just like that little paper football game, right? And just bring your hands in front of you. And we're lifting our legs up to tabletop, and I want you to rest your palms right on those thighs. So you've got that little goalpost scenario. Okay. If your lower back feels a little iffy, you can tuck your pelvis slightly. I want you to be feeling this in your abdominals. Now, again, it's what is not changing. So notice the pressure in both of your palms, the touch of your legs against your palms. Straighten your right leg out without adding pressure to your left palm. Extending it out, good. And then bring it in. Equalize the pressure and then switch legs without adding pressure to your right palm. And bringing it in. Keeping your back in the same position, switching legs again. Alternating, just using your hands to help guide and feel where you want to be working. Or really just guiding the precision of the pressure you feel. Be precise about it, and you'll feel wherever it is that you need to work. One more time to each leg. Back to center, keep your legs at tabletop. Option here to lift your head and chest. Round two, same goal, keeping the pressure equal and alternating legs. Ooh, I'm quivering now. Precision is key here. Four, looking good. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Place your feet down, bring your arms to rest at your sides. Take a pelvic curl, you've earned it. Tucking your hips and sending your pelvis to the sky. You can peel that spine up vertebra by vertebra. Pause at the top, inhale. Exhale, starting with the top of your head, roll your spine down. So feel the weight of the back of your head, the back of your neck, your upper back, your mid back, your lower back, and all the way down through your tailbone. Inhale when you get to the bottom. Exhale, pelvic curl, rolling up. Inhale, pause at the top. Exhale, roll down. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, pelvic curl. The shoulders are open. Your palms are heavy. Your collarbones are wide. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Last one, inhale. And exhale, pelvic curl. Pause in your lifted position when you get there. Make sure your lower back feels okay. If you need to come down a bit, you can find a happy position. And then keeping the pelvis somewhat lifted, swivel your hips. So I'm going to drop my right hip and let my left hip twist up. It's like I'm on a little spit or something. I have a little barbecue going on here. And back to center. And then you'll rotate your other hip up. So what I'm trying to describe is that we are rotating the pelvis around like a central axis here. Avoid shifting your hips from side to side. Try to get that pure rotation. You might not have a ton of it. From side to side. You might notice that one side feels easier than the other or more available. If you find that one side could use a little extra, you can do a few extra credit twists to that direction. So using the movement to help guide, whatever it is that whatever you're learning about, whatever you realize, kind of a fun way to approach it, in my opinion. If you find something interesting, get a little curious. You can get a little playful with how you're exploring the movement. We'll see what it is. Maybe you could ask yourself what it is that you need. And without needing to know the words of your body, you could just let your body tell you with movement. All right. Coming back to center when you're ready. And then roll your spine down vertebra by vertebra. You may notice that things feel a little different on the way down after we did that rotation. Slide the end, grab a hold of your right leg. You can lift it up towards the sky. Keeping a nice relaxed back of the knee, I want us to just do a little bit of ankle work. So on your back, you're trying to keep your knee fairly stable. Grip your toes and sickle your foot as if you're trying to pick up a pencil. And then fan your toes out. Grip in, fan out. Grip in, fan out. Grip in, fan out. Grip in, fan out. Now circle your ankle, big circles. 8, 7, 6. Work all those toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll reverse the toe work. You're going to grip your toes, fanning them out, or grip outward. Fan them, spread them inward, sickle. Grip out, fan in. 2 more. Grip out, fan in, grip out, fan in. Now circle your ankle the other way. 8, 7, keep that knee still. And 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your leg, give it a little shake. Very nice. And then while you've got a hold of that leg, just press your leg away from your chest, engaging the hamstring, and use your arms to pull it towards you as you're resisting. So if I wasn't holding onto my leg, it would be pushing really far away from my chest, but I got a good grip. And then we're just going to rock it forward and back with that resistance. So we're flossing our leg, flossing the hamstring here. And if you want more range, you could let your head rock up and down if your arms feel like they are too short like mine. Nice. Yeah, and just find the angles that feel satisfying for the stretch. Ooh, nice. And she's busted out her ring here. She's a Pilates expert. Good. Walk your hands up your leg. Maybe you could reach for your ankle for a moment and just see what it's like to straighten out your other leg. I'm not forcing a major stretch. I'm really just kind of feeling the whole tensegrity situation. And just rock a little side to side here in your hips. Good. Let's let that leg come down. Switch sides. Grabbing your left leg, you can have a relaxed knee, a bend in the knee. We're going to do our ankle work. So stabilizing that left knee, grip your toes and curl your foot in. And then fan your toes as you spread it out. Grip in, fan out. Good. Grip in, you got it. Fan out. One more. Grip in and fan out, and then circle your ankle for 8, 7, nice, Marianne. 6, 5, nice, Phil. Getting all those edges. 3, 2, and 1. Now we reverse the work. Grip the toes out. Fan in. Grip out. Fan in. Grip out. Fan in. Grip out. Fan in. Circling in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give it a nice little shake. Good, and then holding the hamstring, your hamstring kicks away from you, and use your arms to pull it towards you. Yeah, it's optional to let your head lift up. You could do it with your head down. I just feel like I get a little more range if I let myself rock up and down, so you can see what feels best. We're just feeling a warming in the back of our leg, maybe into the hip or glute. You can play with your angles. And then drawing that leg a little bit towards you, walk your hands higher up the foot, or towards your foot, up, down, it's confusing. And then stretch out your other leg and just test out what that tensegrity feels like. And you can rock a little bit from side to side here. Nice. Beautiful. Hug both of your knees into your chest. Lift your head up to meet. We're going to reach for the right ankle and you're going to stretch it up to the ceiling as you unfold the left leg down to the ground. Yeah, so pretty. We're going to pull it all the way back in again. I'm giving you choreography. We're like flowers. Hold your left ankle as you reach your right ankle. Yes, wow, looks nice. That's the move. So we're curling into a little ball. And then we're going to hold the right as we stretch through the left. And we curl it all in. And we switch legs. Just feeling that folding and unfolding, alternate, let's say 2 more to each side. Very nice. Draw both of your knees in when you're ready. And then hold your right leg extending your left. And we're going to stay right there. For our leg pull, give it a little pull. And scissor your legs to switch. Pull, pull, nice, and switch. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. I'm saying pull, but it's like a little pulse, pulse, pulse. This can also be done with your head down if it feels like too much on your neck. Keep those legs nice and bright, direct, stretched, bright energy in the leg. Good, nice choices, everybody. I like what I'm seeing. Just want to build a little fire for us, just a little warmth. Let's pick up the pace. 4, and change, and 3, and change, and 2, and change. Last 1 to each leg. You did it. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock all the way up to the top of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together in a butterfly and stretch over. I have to do a lot more legs around the holiday season. I just always think about rockets and kick lines. So that satisfied my need there for festive. Oh, good. I'm glad we enjoyed it. You were bringing the cheer. Well, here's the next one for cheer. Bring your knees together. What would the Christmas season be without balls? Snow globes and balls hanging in the Christmas tree. So we are going to roll like a little ball. Balance on your tail, floating your feet off. You can hug like this for a variation if you're curious, hugging cross. In fact, let's all try that and see how many of us get stuck. Keep the hug and roll back. And then, whoa, changes the game. Good, roll back. If you want, you can keep that little hug and transfer your hands palm to chin as you'd like. I'm going to keep my huggy hug. That's a whole new level for me today. So it's really the balance at the top that feels challenging. Take two more. Last one. And then all the way up, very nice. Sit up tall, take your feet just as wide as your mat. We're gonna flex our ankles today. We've done all that ankle work. We're working that posterior chain. Sit up tall. If you need a bend in your knees, totally fine. I want you to just sense that tall, lengthened spine once again. Clasp your hands behind your head, widen your elbows, and use your hands to traction your neck just a little bit. As you're tractioning up, feel the counterbalance of gravity going down into your little sitting bones to get a little bit more length. And we'll take our seated spinal twist. Twist to your right with a double exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Keep pressing your head back into your hands as you continue, just to avoid that forward head push that is a common tendency. Nice, Barbara. I see you getting taller with each pass here. The candy cane is unwinding, becoming supple, becoming a vine maybe. One more to each side. And coming back to center. Stay so lifted. In fact, from here, slide those hands up the back of your head and reach them all the way tall. Shoulders just nestle down into their pockets. We're so tall. Reach your arms forward, keeping that beautiful lengthened spine. And we'll do our spine stretch forward. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, peel your spine forward away from an imaginary wall. Let's keep those sitting bones anchored where they are. So really feel the articulation of your back. Very nice. And then roll back up again. Keep your arms forward and feel the placement of your shoulders back and down. Good. Inhale. Exhale, peel forward again. Good. Let's keep our arms parallel to the floor. Yeah, that's it, Michelle. Yep. And then rolling back up as you're ready. You've got it. Nice. Take three more for me. I'm going to take a closer look at you all stretching, feeling the tingly fingers. Good. Feel the stretch and the length even through your elbows. Do we need to lift our shoulders to straighten our elbows? I don't know. It's a question I have because sometimes it feels like they are completely intertwined. Beautiful. Good. Last one here. I'm seeing more spirit fingers. We must be getting a little tired. The spirit fingers. Good. And then relax after you sat tall on this last one. Yeah, just kind of lean back for a moment and give yourself a pause. We're going to do the saw next, but I wanted to give you a little break first. Yeah. Kind of fun. You can even shift. This is nice to get the hips going. Yeah. Like just varied movement. Anything that's just breaking the usual form can be very nourishing for us. Good. All right. So with the saw, we're assuming the same position. You might like your legs a teeny bit wider just off the mat. I'm going to keep my feet flexed so that I can really reach for my pinky toe when I come across into the saw. Take your arms out to the sides. Good. Inhale to the right twist. As you exhale, reach pinky finger to pinky toe. Sitting up tall, inhale in your twist. Exhale, come back to center. Nice. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, pinky finger, pinky toe. Inhale, sit tall in your twist. Exhaling back to center. Good. Inhale, right. Exhale, pinky finger, pinky toe. Inhale, tall. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, pinky. Inhale, tall. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, pinky. Inhale, tall. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, pinky. Inhale, tall. Exhale, center. One more each side. And relax. Good. You can bend your knees. Find a little, just hold on to the backs of your legs and rock back on your sitting bones and just see what it's like to float your legs a bit. Yeah, kind of fun to rock from cheek to cheek. Good. And then come to the middle and find a balance point where your feet are floating. Lift your chest a hair bit more. Good. My knees are apart. I'm in an open leg rocker prep position. And then just see what happens if you straighten one leg. And it might not get all the way straight. And then bring it down. And then try the other. And then down. Again, it's, the leg is like the fancy flourish, but what's really happening is everything else that is not moving to make the focal point the leg, right? So as you stretch your leg, can you keep your spine so tall? You feel that stability through your center. Good. One more to each side. Beautiful. Let's keep our legs bent. You might lift your legs just a hair, looking straight ahead, and try open leg rocker prep. Roll back just to your shoulders and then balance on your tail at the top. Good. And roll back and balance. One more, roll back and balance. Trying this off balance variation, stretch one leg. You might grab a little further down that leg. Got the other leg bent, and I'm going to do my open leg rocker. What the heck? There's a whole number on my brain. I'm going to stay on the same side for 3 of these, just to get a little rehearsal time. And then switch. See what this other side is like. And then you can imagine, last thing, optional, both legs, open leg rocker style. You can also practice down here if you want the option to bend your knees. Okay, give me 3. Yep. Good. Last one. You're fabulous. Take a break. Nice job. Wow, that was beautiful. Okay. I'm taking a number 4 position, a 4th position. My right leg is in front. I'm facing, I got my mat in the lengthwise position. Your shape like this may look different depending on your hips and your knees. So do what you can. You can lean off a little bit, but I just want us to feel the hip mobility here. So I've got one leg in internal rotation and one in external. And then I'm just going to shift forward and back. I'm just kind of moving. Yep, that's it. And so don't worry about if it looks like me or your neighbor or anything like that. Just kind of move your hips to feel, really find what feels kind of good or nice in here. Yeah. And you might, I like how I'm seeing our spine, head, neck, everything's starting to mobilize a little bit more. Just let that organically unfold. Good. All right, coming back to the return square off, and then take the hand that's same as the front leg and just lean it out off to the side. Yeah. Yeah, I'm staying open and then I'm just gonna stretch my top leg out. I just want to see what that feels like for us, if it feels jammy or if it feels okay. Good. And then you're going to bend that knee back in and you're going to come right back up. So we're going to lean out, find that reach, and then just see if you can extend your leg. And then we're going to slide it back in and you're using your waist to bring yourself back up. Very nice. Let's take two more. Out and reach. And then bending it and working it in. Yep. Last one. Out and reach. And then bend it and bring it in. Good. Come on out. And this time I'm going to have you come down to your forearm over to the side. I just took my shape. I'm coming down. And then this bottom leg, you might adjust it a little bit. So now we're in a forearm side position. And it should feel in this angle like it's possible to lift your leg, maybe at least a little bit. Okay, so just try lifting your leg. And again, it's really about what's not moving. So I think I can show, I think you'll be able to see a common thing that happens is as the leg goes up, the rest of the body wants to kind of collapse down. I'm exaggerating it, but I want you to feel that counter effort of lengthening and lifting as you lift your leg up. I'll just take a couple more to see what you can do here. Good, and then we're gonna lift our leg to the height that feels doable, and we're going to do our side kicks. Flex your foot and kick forward, kick, kick, point and sweep back, kick, kick. It's all about what's not moving. We're staying lifted and long. Sometimes I think the classics like having their hand behind their head. It looks very pretty. Yep, very nice. It may help you remember to lengthen and lift. I've lost count. I'm going for around 8-ish. I think we have two more to go, we'll say. If I'm off, if you're taking it at a different pace, feel free to do what you need to do. And then the dismount, you're going to bend that knee and see if we can make our way back up. Whoa! I know. It's all the little things. Switch around to the other side. The bonus is I hope you got a little hip and glute warmth on that top leg. Now it's getting a stretch just from being here. So now my left leg is in front. Yeah, there you go. And then we're just exploring the movement. You can just rock your hips forward and back. You might allow your spine to wave. I don't know if anybody else can feel this. I feel like after working the other side, the hip, I can feel my lower back starting to loosen up from working the glute. So I feel a little more fluid movement there. It's nice. You may have a different experience. Good. All right, and then we're squaring off. And we're going to reach our top or our same arm as front leg out, and then just see if you can extend the leg. And then you're going to bend it, and you're tipping yourself back up. Nice, Michelle. Sort of a Martha Graham inspired situation. Counterbalancing, lateral work, hip work, all sorts of stuff going on in here. Nice, Phil. Got a couple more. We'll take one more here. Nice. All right, now we are coming down and adjusting to our forearm. You can adjust your legs a little. You want to find the position where you're able to stay long and lifted and your leg can float. So just exploring first that relationship of lifting your leg and keeping your torso steady. And let's see, Barbara, I see, yeah, it might be easier down on your forearm, just that the lift, you got to lift a lot higher this way. Yeah, all the way down is nice, especially if you're working through some shoulder stuff too. That's a great option. Yeah. Good. Yeah, so choose the version that's working for you today. Hopefully waking up our hips. And then lift it to the height that you can maintain with integrity. And we're going to flex the foot and kick it forward. Kick, kick, and sweep it back. Kick, kick. So we found the lift of the leg. And now we're challenging ourselves to maintain that lift as we add a swing. Nice. Lengthening through the crown of your head. Good. One more. And then see if we can fold ourselves back up. Very nice. Good. Just bring your legs out in front of you. Knees are bent. I'm leaning back into my hands, just relaxed, like even let your shoulders slide around a little. And then just come into, again, a little easy rotation. Just moving the circulation. Nice. Good. All right, coming back onto your hands and your knees. This time your hands are right underneath of your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Let's come into some of our scapular push-ups. So keeping your elbows straight, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So your chest will dip down. And then you're going to press your shoulder blades apart. And so you'll come up a little bit. And just do that a few more. Good. Nice. Yep. One of my favorite movements, especially for anybody with tech neck or a lot of sitting. We don't get a ton of mobility in the shoulder blades. It's nice to just encourage the movement here and warming up those rhomboids especially. Good. Now here's my challenge. I want you to widen your shoulder blades completely. So you're going to push the floor away. Feel your back widening. It might even be a little bit rounded. I want you to keep your shoulder blades wide and bend your elbows a little bit. So my elbows are just reaching, I guess mine are going back a bit. They might also go out to the side, but mine are going back. And then straighten your arms again. It makes sense, it's common, and it is useful for your shoulder blades to move when your elbows are moving. They kind of have a rhythm. So I'm turning it into an exercise by widening your shoulders and then trying to just bend the elbows as you keep your shoulders wide and straighten your elbows as you keep your shoulders wide. What you'll probably feel is a lot more effort in your triceps, in your arms, because the shoulders don't get to do their assisting movements. Yeah, so just play around with it a little. We're actually like really actively protracting our shoulders and then moving the arms. I hope I'm not the only one who's nice and trembly and wobbly with this movement. Good, play with it just one or two more. Just want to wake that up. Good, and then just rest. You can shake out your wrist. I want to take a quick poll because that was a lot of very technical kind of awareness things. Give me like a thumbs up if you could get it into your arms and kind of had a sense of what we were going for there. Okay, great. Oh, wow. Okay, thumbs up from all. Okay, you guys, I gotta give you more credit apparently. I'm like, did we all get it? Yes, obviously. Okay, very cool. I just love playing those little isolation games. So now let's come on to our stomach because we got to get our back extension in, and hopefully you have a little more awake awareness in your arms from that last thing. So in this one too, I want you to stretch your arms alongside of your hips this time. So you can just touch your thumbs to the floor. My palms are facing in. And it's very common in back extension for us to squeeze the shoulder blades together, right? And then to lift. Now, just for the sake of our exploration, I'd like you to widen your shoulder blades here. So probably what will happen is that your shoulders, the fronts of your shoulders will roll forward and you'll be a little close to the floor, right? So our shoulder blades are wide. Now, could you keep your shoulder blades wide like that and practice back extension? Look forward with your head and start to lift your head up. And as you do so, keep your shoulder blades wide. This is the opposite of what your body will intuitively want to do. And then come back down. It's very useful to have our shoulder blades assist, but what I want us to feel is kind of the isolated spinal movement. Again, shoulders are wide, shoulder blades are wide, and you're going to lift your head. And so I'm imagining that I'm moving my spine almost independently of the shoulder blades. And you will feel some heat in new places because we are working back extensors that are a little bit deeper. Good, come on down. Keep doing that for me a couple more. I'm just going to take a peek at you while you're doing this movement. Yeah, and your head is really the start of the spine here. So you could, that's it, Michelle. I saw a little more movement in your neck too at that point. Beautiful. Take one more for me here. Good, and rest. Just relax, stay on your stomach. You can turn your head to one side, do your thing. Notice your breathing. Just take a break. Yeah. Good. I would like to add one more component to this back extension exploration. So assume that same position, your arms are at your sides. Widen your shoulder blades again, so you're getting your shoulders will kind of roll forward. But now, keeping your shoulder blades wide, could you just roll the shoulder bones, the arm bones really, away from the floor? So I'm trying to roll my humerus bones without squeezing my shoulder blades together. There will be a little bit of movement in my back, but less than if I started from my shoulder blades. That's super technical. I guess I'm in a mood. All right, so I'm going to say it again, and you can see it too, hopefully. I'm letting my shoulder blades get really wide, and then I'm keeping that width across the back, and I'm rolling just the arm bones, the humerus heads, away from the floor. I can feel my triceps really working too. And that is our setup. And then we add our back extension again. So we lift the head. And now our chest is a little bit more open. We may lift a little higher and come back down. Try to keep the shoulders rolling back, but the shoulder blades broader than is normal, broader than is typical if we weren't thinking about it. Lift and lower. Explore it for a few more repetitions. Taking one more. And release. You can press back into a resting pose of some kind. Thank you for your concentration on that one. That was like trying to pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time. Good. From your resting position, you can tuck toes and take a down dog, just pedaling out your feet. Shake out your head. And let's walk our feet up to our hands. Finding a forward fold, shake your head, yes and no. Relax your jaw, soften your knees. Inhale. And as you exhale, rolling up, starting from your heels and working through the legs, the tailbone, spine, ribs. Putting a little more space in between each vertebra at the top. Once you're tall, inhale, take your arms up. And exhale, rolling down. Yeah. Vertebra by vertebra, just finding that natural stopping point at the bottom. Nice supple spine. Inhaling at the bottom. And exhale, rolling up. Once you're up, you can take those arms up. Nice. And last one, rolling down. And rolling up. Be intentional about your posture, your legs, your center. And you are all finished. Nicely done. Thanks for exploring.